Today, official opposition party leader Pierre Poilievre had a press conference here in Brampton on the issue of crime. So Canadians are suffering with high crime, and many families, they are victim of that crime. Even what are the self-defense laws? So he talked about the self-defense laws, what should be the self-defense laws, and how, if they come to the power or they want to work along with the present government, the Liberal government, Mark Carney government, they are ready to work with them to change the laws, to change this criminal code, to bring the bail reforms. And on the issue of crime, it's very important that Canadians should feel safe. Let's see the full report. This is Nitin Chopra.
Hi, Nitin.
Hi. What are your plans for the judicial reforms? Recently, Premier Ford, he blasted the judiciary. He quoted that judges are politically appointed and running judiciary with political agenda. Like judges gave less punishment because of criminals' immigration status. If you are on a work permit, less punishment. Visitor to this country, less punishment. If you are a student visa, less punishment. Whenever premier or leaders don't have a trust on judiciary, so how can a common man can trust a judicial process?
Well, look, I share some of the frustration, but let's be clear. The judges are interpreting liberal laws. It's liberal laws, C-75, that allows criminals who've committed 150 or 200 offenses to be released within minutes of their latest arrest. That is a liberal law. So when a judge gives bail, they're just following the liberal law. It is the liberal law, C-5, that allows serious violent offenders to have house arrest or to get early parole. It is a liberal law that allowed Paul Bernardo to go from a maximum security penitentiary to a medium penitentiary where he'll be able to play sports and cook for himself and enjoy the freedoms he robbed from other people. Those are liberal laws. So let's, sure, we can blame others, but the blame is with the Liberals. And by the way, Mark Carney has done nothing to reverse the laws brought in while he was the economic advisor to the Liberals. So let's put the blame where it belongs. As for this ridiculous ruling that suggested that someone should have a lower conviction or sentence because they were a temporary resident in our country from another nation, that is outrageous. It is ridiculous that in our liberal justice system, someone gets a lower conviction simply because they came from another country. And that is why Michelle Rempel, conservative immigration critic, is introducing a law that will ban judges from giving sentencing discounts to people on the basis of their immigration status. Frankly, anyone who is visiting our country from abroad and applying for immigration who commits a crime should be deported from our country. And I want to start by saying, Tanvir, your home is your castle. Your home is your castle. And you have the right to defend your family in your home. And right now, unfortunately, that is not the case. Our purpose as conservatives is to bring back a country where hard work gets you a beautiful house on a safe street under our proud flag. That when you come home and put the key in the door and you turn it, you're filled with peace, knowing that you can leave all of the day's troubles behind. That your biggest problem will be how you get the kids to eat all of their dinner, finish their homework, and get to bed on time. I confess that we fail on the last one regularly in the Poilievre household, but these are the kinds of problems that we all want to have. Unfortunately, there are bigger problems that people face after 10 years of disastrous liberal government that has driven costs, crime, immigration, and employment through the roof. People worry. They worry that they can't afford a home in the first place, that if they do have a home, they can't afford to put food on the table because of high liberal taxes and inflation. They worry about losing their jobs because of liberal taxes and temporary foreign worker programs that take jobs away from Canadians. They worry that even if they have a job, a home, and food on the table, that they're not safe in their homes. They worry that their car might be gone from the driveway when they wake up in the morning. Or worse, they worry that they might be awoken at 2 a.m. to the sound of breaking glass and and feet pounding on their living room floor as an invader storms in to steal the family's goods or worse, harm the family itself. They worry when they've seen the Toronto police say that it is necessary to leave your keys at the front door to make it easier for criminals to safely steal your car. And they worry when they think about what they might do to protect their family if an intruder ever entered. What do you do if you've got a small child down the hallway and you hear that ominous sound of a home invasion? The answer for any parent is we would do anything necessary to protect our children. But unfortunately, people who've done that have faced the brunt of the law. The system treats, after 10 years of Liberals, the system treats victims like criminals and criminals like victims. Back in 2019, 3 masked intruders, one armed with a sawed-off shotgun, broke into a residence in Collingwood. Cameron Gardner and his girlfriend were tied up. When they finally freed themselves, they struggled with the intruders. The attacker's gun went off twice, striking 2 of the attackers. One escaped. Now, when Cameron saw the police arrive, he was relieved until he found out that they were going to put him in handcuffs. He'd fought for his life. He was courageous. And this is the price he paid. He was in jail for 6 months. He was in a legal process for over 2 years, spending an ungodly fortune on lawyers. And then there's Ali Mian. In February of 2023, the Milton residence and licensed firearms owner awoke to find five intruders who were masked and armed. They came in, broke into his house, carrying weapons, zip ties, and harmed his mother. After using his legal firearm to shoot one of the intruders, he was able to fight them off. But he was arrested. By the way, one of the intruders had a 9mm handgun. And yet, the law went after this innocent man trying to defend his home. He had to post $130,000 in bail for defending his family. After 5 months of hell, the second-degree murder charge was finally dropped by the Crown because they realized there was no reasonable chance of conviction. But it is outrageous that this man had to live through that hell when he should have been focused on recovering from the trauma of fighting off a dangerous criminal. And that is why Conservatives are standing here today, based on the principle that your home is your castle. We're calling on the government to introduce and immediately pass the Stand on Guard law, failing which one of our party's MPs will put forward such a bill. It will amend Section 34.2 of the Criminal Code, which right now says that you can defend yourself based on 9 very complicated and vague conditions. Now look, if you're defending your house, you don't have time to think through 9 different conditions. You have one condition: to protect yourself and your kids. And it is wrong for the law, for the police, and for judges to apply a complicated, indecipherable legal doctrine against you when you were only doing what is right. Our amendment instead will change Section 34.2 of the Criminal Code to say that the use of force, including lethal force, is presumed reasonable against an individual who unlawfully enters a house and poses a threat to the safety of anyone inside. The proposed amendment is reasonable and prudent. It applies only to the unlawful entry of a home and preserves proportionality. Simply put, it means you have the right to use force to defend your home and your family against someone who threatens you and who has entered illegally. This bill will also put Canada in line with other developed civilized countries. Ireland, several Australian states, Spain, the United Kingdom, and some American states already have this principle embedded. And it will make sure that Canadians are treated right for a change. We think that our role in this parliament is to put forward good ideas. And so my message to Mr. Carney is steal our best ideas. Work with us. Let's get it done. Let's put our country first. Who cares who gets the credit? Take our ideas so that we can reverse not only the crime and chaos Liberals have caused, but let's also take these ideas to bring the cost of living, immigration, and unemployment down. Keep our people safe. Let's put our country first. Let's once again work together, all of us from all parties, to make this a country where everyone who works hard gets a beautiful house in a safe street with good food on the table, united under our proud Canadian flag. Well, the first thing I would have done differently is I wouldn't have broken my promise to Canadians. Mark Carney promised elbows up before the election. He's been elbows down since. He promised a deal by July 21st. He secured no deal. He said he could, quote unquote, handle Donald Trump and negotiate a win. Yet since Mark Carney became Prime Minister, tariffs have doubled on Canadian industries. Regrettably, Mr. Carney's weakness has now encouraged the Chinese government to come after us with higher tariffs on our farmers and fish harvesters. So he has failed on the single biggest promise. Let's remember, Mark Carney said, forgive all of the Liberal disasters on housing, immigration, crime, taxes, debt, all for one promise, that he would put elbows up and win a deal with the U.S. That was his single promise. He has broken that promise. His weakness abroad is sadly costing Canadians at home. I would have negotiated from a position of strength. I would have passed immediately a Sovereignty Act, which would rapidly build up our pipelines, ports, LNG plants, nuclear plants to get markets outside of the North America. I would have unleashed home building to bring a sector that is trade proof, because most of the materials, all of the labor and land are right here in Canada. And I would have gone to our American friends and said, here's the deal that we offer. We will massively build up our military, secure our borders, stop the fentanyl and the drugs. In exchange, and we can do more and better on all those things if we have free and open trade that enriches both of our countries. But I would never have done what Carney did, which is make a bunch of chest-pounding threats and then back down from every single one of them. He has made concession after concession and gotten nothing in return. I should conclude by saying to Mr. Carney, work with us. We're happy to work with Mr. Carney and the Liberals to get a fair deal with the United States. Let's put party aside and let's stand up for Canada first. Well, in my proposed bill, the Stand on Guard law says that if two things happen, one, someone enters your home illegally, and two, they are a threat to your family. Actually, I'm going to start that again. Let me say it very precisely. The two conditions: if someone enters your home illegally and uninvited, and two, you reasonably believe they are a threat to your family, then it is assumed that all the force you use against that person is reasonable and legal. That is the test that our bill will bring in. Alberta's wonderful. That's not the point, though. The point is that the Liberals went 300% over budget on the Trans Mountain project and years past the deadline. Their approach, as one American president said, is that if something moves, Liberals tax it. If it keeps moving, they regulate it. And when it stops moving, they subsidize it. These big projects should not require tens of billions of dollars of taxpayer-funded subsidies. They are normally very profitable all by themselves. They get built all around the world by business because they are profitable. But here in Canada, we have the second slowest bill. The Liberals have provided the second slowest building permits in the developed world. and among the highest taxes. So nothing can get done on its own without massive government handouts and bailouts. We don't want a handout and bailout economy. We want a paycheck and production economy. And the way you do that is like if there are government has obstacles in the way blocking projects, the answer is not to subsidize people's way around those obstacles. It's to get rid of the obstacles. And so I'm offering a nonpartisan, I'm reaching my hand out to Mr. Carney and saying this: pass the Canadian Sovereignty Act. It will legalize rapid construction of pipelines, mines, LNG plants, nuclear facilities, port expansions by repealing C-69 and C-48. It will eliminate capital gains tax on anyone who's bringing money back and investing it in Canada. It will get rid of the energy cap, the electric vehicle mandate so that people can choose what vehicles to drive. It will unlock our country. It will open us for business. It will make us strong, self-reliant, and sovereign.
So we have Brampton resident with us. They have concerns what's going on here in Canada. What are your concerns in terms of crime, inflation, and other things? You are a resident of Brampton.
Like when I immigrated to this country, 12 years back, this country was a beautiful place. It's still, as country-wise, it's beautiful. But inflation, crime, chaos everywhere. No matter someone is doing white-collar job or doing job in a warehouse, there is no harm in if you are earning hard work money. No matter, it doesn't matter. But the thing is that everyone is suffering. No matter someone is earning more or less. The Liberals should consider work for the people, please. For God's sake, it's been more than 10 years mess. And still we see there will be elbows up, but we don't see them. I request my Prime Minister, please, instead of talking, do some actions. People are suffering everywhere. People are looking towards you. Please, try to make this country beautiful. Try to work with everyone. And we need common sense conservative government in this country which work for the betterment of the people. And in Brampton, everyone is scared because of the crime. People are scared in their homes, even while going on the walks. Please do something. We need strong laws which benefit our people.
So how bad is the crime? Because today's press conference is also to change the criminal code. And we have seen the homeowners who try to defend themselves, they are being charged. What you'll say on that?
It should not be like that. If someone is defending their home, he should allow to do that. And police should not catch the homeowner. They should catch the criminals. It's totally ridiculous.
Okay. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਅਗਰ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਇਹ ਵੀ ਕਿ ਹਕੂਮਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਲਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਲੇਕਿਨ ਇਹ ਹਕੂਮਤ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਮੁਲਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਰਵੇ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਪਾਰਟੀਆਂ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਹੈ। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਐਲਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ 3 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਤੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਏਗੀ, ਤਨਖਾਹਾਂ ਵਧਾ ਕੇ ਹੁਣ ਛੁੱਟੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਨੇ, ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ। ਮੁਲਕ ਕਿਸ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ? ਕੋਈ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਹੱਥ 'ਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ। ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚੋਰ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ। ਕਮ ਸੋ ਕਮ ਇੰਨੀ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ ਦੇਣ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ ਨਾ। ਸੇਫਟੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਇਸ ਹਕੂਮਤ? ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਕੂਮਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਰਹੱਦਾਂ ਲਈ, ਹਕੂਮਤ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੁਲਕ ਦੀਆਂ ਭਲਾਈਆਂ ਲਈ। ਇੱਥੇ ਭਲਾਈ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਹਕੂਮਤ ਦਾ ਚਾਅ ਹੈ। ਲੋਕ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ ਤਾਂ ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ ਇੰਨੀ ਹੋ ਗਈ, ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ ਨੂੰ ਲੋਕੀ ਵੇਖਦੇ। ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੂਰੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ। ਬੱਚੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਸੇਫ ਨਹੀਂ, ਗੰਨਾਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਆਉਣ ਵੜਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਹਾਲੇ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ, ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ। ਸੋ ਖੁਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਲ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਲਈ ਕੁਝ ਕਰੇ।
What a beautiful home. You're very well behaved. Geez, look, these kids are quiet. Mine would be bouncing off the walls. How do you do? What's the trick?
Nothing. Thanks to them. They are nice.
That's good. Why are you so well behaved? You can tell me the secret. Well, we're here today. We're going to be making an announcement. about families being able to protect their homes against invaders. So, we're worried about all the crime that's been going on, and we want to make sure that if somebody, first of all, the police should have the powers to stop the crime, but if someone came into the home, that you have the ability and the right to defend your home and your family. You agree with that?
Yeah, exactly.
You agree with that? Yeah, absolutely. Because there have been cases where somebody defends their home and then they get in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we treat the victims properly. Right now, the law treats the victims like criminals and the criminals like victims. And we want to reverse that. What do you think, Tanvir?
That should be. It should be jail time, not bail.
For the bad guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We will be locking up the bad guys. And 3 strikes you're out as well. 3 violent offenses, and the person should go away for jail for at least 10 years. No bail, no probation, no parole, no house arrest, jail, not bail. You agree?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, good. We're going to make it happen. So thank you for opening up your beautiful home. Great to be with you. Thanks for coming, everybody. All right, my goodness. You're going to have to tell me the secret.
Thanks to them, they are nice today. Otherwise, kids are saying.
Oh, my kids are very nice. They're just they're very hyper. Probably serves me right. I was too when I was a kid. Good to see you, Tanvir. Many blessings. Good to see you. Thanks, guys.
We'll end here.